Okay, I'm going to start with trying to download your Cmore HMI software. One of the first pages I would go to is to the Automation Direct's operator interface software page, and once you get to that, you'll find a link for click Cmore demo software. Once you click on that, you want to download the Cmore software, and it's going to come up with a web page that I had originally linked you to. When you do your download, and I've already got Cmore on mine, but if you do a download, it's going to put that in your downloads file. So let's go to downloads. And if you go there, you should find a download called CD image. Double click on CD image. It will either be already downloaded for you in a folder file, or it be in a zip file. If it's in a zip, just extract everything. When you get to extracting, you should come up with 4 files like this. These are the only 2 application files that there are. Is this EA9 setup and EA9 USB driver. This is an icon file. This is another install file, but you're going to want to click on EA9 setup. So we go click on EA9 setup. Tell it yes. And we're going to install a new instance of the solution. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell it you should do an install of a new instance, but I'm going to do a maintain or upgrade just so we can see what the next steps would look like. It's going to go through an activation on the install shield. We're going to tell it next. Now, here's important. Before continuing with this, at this point, you don't want to have any USB connections between the PC and the HMI. I'm sure y'all aren't aware of that yet, but we are going to be connecting. We are going to be connecting with our PC to the HMI through this USB A and USB B port or connection cable. So you want to make sure there's none of that connected, and also you want to disable your antivirus software. That could be your Windows Defender. If you go in and your Defender firewall and disable it temporarily, you'll be fine, but we need to make sure your antivirus software is off. I tell it OK. Once we do that, then we're going to get an I accept and tell it next. Now it's asking for a key code. You need to be putting in demo, DEMO, in this position right here. I'm going to type it in. Alright, and tell it next. It's going to give you that. It's going to tell you, we tell it next. And install will begin. At that time you do the install. It should load pretty quickly and go on through. I'm going to cancel out of it because I've already got it installed on mine. But that would be the easy and simple steps to get the Cmore HMI 6.53 version loaded onto your PC. Now, if by some chance you already had a prior version of Cmore on your PC, you will have to uninstall that before you do this, because it will cause you problems if you don't. The other thing, I'm going to cancel out of this. All right, I'm trying to get out, so take a minute. Okay, one other thing I quickly want to point out to you also, after the software is loaded, make sure that once you get through loading it, it will ask you if you want to put an icon on your desktop and also load the USB driver. Tell it yes at that point. Now you can also go through after that. It's going to ask you if you want to restart your computer. A lot of times it's a good idea to do that, but you don't necessarily have to. If something happens and you do have confusion with your USB not talking to the HMI from the PC, you might want to go back and reload your USB driver from this download here. but it should ask you in the regular setup if you want to download the USB driver and tell it yes at that point. Now, I want to bring up one other thing to you that may cause a problem for you. I'm going to do this. You need to go to your Windows, down in the lower left corner. You say I'm down here. You need to go to your Windows, WINDOWS, Defender, and it's going to ask you for your Windows Defender firewall with advanced security. So I'm going to click on that and go here. This screen will pop up. At this point, Windows has a problem sometimes speaking or getting a response from our HMI. It wants to block it that way. That means, and basically what happens is when you'll see in just a little bit, but on the next video, but you'll see that you'll get a red circle there. That means you do not have communication between the PC and the HMI. If that happens, or probably a good thing to go and do this to begin with, is go into your Windows Defender firewall with advanced security, click on the inbound rules, and then scroll down and see if you see a red circle next to Cmore program and software application. You can see I have 4 here. Okay, double click on it. This screen will come up. This is your application properties. What you need to do here at this point is allow the connection, tell it apply, and OK. And you can see that cleared that one up. Let's double click on this one. Do the same thing, allow connection, apply, OK. You can see I got rid of that one too. Now you just keep doing that for all the Cmore red circles that you got. And as I said before, the reason for that is Windows has a tendency to block any inbound signal coming back from the HMI into the PC. Let's finish this last one up. Okay, I see I have no more next to my Cmore applications. That's all I'm going to worry about. I do see some other red circles down here, but that's going to deal with RS Logix 5000. I may have to come back at some point and clear those up. But that's basically the quick and easy way to get your software going for your HMI.